All right, everyone, what's going on? It's another podcast. I'm here with your boy Chris. I just got back from my trip.
What up?
I was back. What's up, man? I just got back. I was back since yesterday, but I figured I'd jump on a podcast today. We're gonna do a live Q&A. The great thing about having your boy Chris here is he's gonna pretty much ask the questions that some of you have, and also just to go along with what you guys may be thinking. So he's gonna ask me some questions, even the crazy ones that we get. We're gonna cover it all pretty much.
All right, man.
So yeah, let's do it.
Let's jump into this. We're gonna start with some questions that I pulled off of comments. They were comments that you guys left on YouTube, and so if I read your name, you know, it's your question. So we're gonna get into this. So we have the first one. I might mess up some names here, because YouTube names are a little hard sometimes, right? They're a little hard to figure out.
Hmm.
I got one
Hmm.
here. Her name is Lumi Suki
Susek.
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 All right.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, it says a few trips to Palawan already, Jay. How do you like Palawan? Have you seen the Tamarawa?
Tamara Falls. I believe the Tamara Falls is in Puerto Galera. I'm not sure if they have one in Palawan, but yeah, I definitely didn't go see the Tamara Falls. If it was in Palawan, I'm not sure. I was in Coron, Palawan, so anything that's to do.
Yeah,
Oh, is this the nail?
yeah. What's up, boss man?
Oh, how you doing? You just actually jumped right into the podcast that we're doing right now.
Oh, damn. That's what's up.
Yeah, I just wanted to see, man, if you wanted to speak about your situation. Actually, that's why I invited you. You came
Oh,
on right,
yeah.
like right away.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, yeah. I can talk right now. I'm getting my truck washed right now.
Okay, okay.
I don't know if you can see it in the background. That's my semi truck right there.
Yeah, we see it.
Oh yeah, I see.
Big rig.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted your story was interesting, man. Of what you said was happening. I just want you to explain to people, your situation that you had with the old girlfriend. I don't know if you left it yet. Could know things to look out for,
Yeah, right now I'm still with her. You know,
Okay.
I'm still with her. I guess you could say, right now, everything is going pretty good. I'm still sending out a significant amount of money and stuff.
Okay.
Um, but I remember I was telling you about the other Filipino as well,
Yeah.
and I was gonna get at a shot, but I think that youth, that 23-year-old and stuff of that nature is
Hmm.
it's just I don't know if I can deal with that, because you still have to, wait a few years for this and this to be revealed and things of those nature. So I'm still with Teresa though, the,
Okay. Well,
the girl from
hey,
Iligan
man, that's
City.
good. If you feel it works, man, it all depends on you. It doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Yeah. Uh, oh, some things that that I would recommend for the fellas out there that's interested in getting to know a Filipina. Uh, First things first, never send out any money unless you see that person, on Viber, Skype, or you meet that person in person.
Hmm.
I got caught up because I was on a rebound from, coming out of a relationship here in America, and
Okay.
I was thinking, man, you know what? I'm not getting any younger, and man, I just want to be in a relationship because I guess that's just what I'm put on this earth for, just to be in a relationship. I'm not the type of guy that's a player and things of that
Hmm.
nature there. So
Hmm.
that's one thing that I can give advice. There's probably some guys out there you're gonna run into, different types of Filipinos. Based on my experience, there's Filipinas out there that are really, really in poverty or poor. They don't have a job for whatever reason. It could be they don't have no family members. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe their parents are dead. They ended up getting pregnant. They don't have nobody to fall back on. So they're in extreme poverty, and I understand that they are in need, you know. And then when they meet
Mm-hmm.
somebody like an American or foreigner from a different country, you know, if you got money, they may ask, but you know, it's up. It ultimately is going to be up to the individual. You know, for me,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't affect my, you know, it doesn't affect me. And people may
Yeah.
say, ah, you're just throwing away money and stuff of that nature. But, you know, it really is Filipinos out there that really are in need. And they will
Mm-hmm.
do all types of things to persuade you to send them money. You know, for instance, it's they got like these romance scams going on. They'll tell you they love you. They'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you that, you know, they need medicine. Um, they'll tell you just about anything just to get that money. But there are some Filipinos that, when they do ask, they really are into you. But you just
Yeah.
have to be able to differentiate. You know, if that Filipina is, you know, using you as in a romance scam, or if
Mm-hmm.
she's legitimately seriously like me. I'm getting ready to come over there in April and May, so I'll
Okay.
be able to see a lot more. So even though I feel that Teresa, you know, it could be a romance scam, I'll know even more when I go over there because I'll be able to see what her actions are all about when I go over there and stuff like that. So I just say
Yeah.
that you are gonna do what you're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
when you're into a Filipino, regardless. Nobody's gonna be able to say, like, you know, I know that I've had a lot of advice. Don't stop sending money. But I promise you, any guy that's out there listening, you're gonna go through it, and you're not gonna believe
Mm-hmm.
it until you either get tired of it, or or you know, you're just like, you know what, enough is enough. You know, like for me, it doesn't really
Yeah.
affect my pocket. You know,
I see you. You're a truck driver, man.
yeah, yeah, I'm doing pretty good
Yeah.
out here, man. I mean, no, it ain't no spectacular job. It's a 9 to 5. You know, I'm not
Those
a
jobs
rich.
make money though.
Yeah, yeah, it's making money. I don't have no complaints. You know, it brings in pretty good money, and it pays the bills. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, you guys out there that are looking for that Filipina, um, you know, you're gonna run into the same situation I did. There's gonna be a lot of insecurity because you're 8,000 miles apart. You don't know what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing when she's getting off that line. You don't know if she is sincere as
Mm-hmm.
far as it, you know, if she really likes you or not, if it's a romance scam or not. But until you actually meet that person, my suggestion would be to not send any money. I'm already caught up in it. I've been doing it for a whole year. I broke up with her for a couple of months, but I end up getting back with her, you know.
What do
Yeah.
you,
And oh yeah, you first, Chris. You first.
so a whole year, how much do you think you actually gave her so far? Ballpark.
Um, I've kind of cut down a little bit, but when I first started off, I lost my classic Camaro SS. Let's just start off with that right there.
Wow.
It's because I was desperate, you know,
Damn.
to want to be loved, to I want to be in a relationship. You know, that's just me. I wanted to be in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. So let's just start off with that. I lost my Camaro SS behind
Mm-hmm.
sending so much money because I didn't know about these vlogs and all this. I was just online. I didn't know anything, you
Right.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But on a monthly average now, I send about $800 a month. Before
Damn.
like I was sending like a little over $1,200 a month. So I kind
Damn.
of dropped it down a little bit, you know. But in the beginning, it was like I had to really catch myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had to catch myself because um, I was forgetting about all the things that I needed to do over here to keep my life intact. And so
Mm-hmm.
I had to. That's when we broke up. And I was like, wait a minute, I need to get myself back in check here. But I'm still sending out $800 a month easily,
And
you know.
what's her living situation like now, a year later, after all this money?
Um, it's still the
Every
same. She lives in Santiago at the moment, uh, over there in Iligan City. And hold on a second, they're asking me to move my truck out the way. But yeah, her living situation, it's $120 a month,
Huh.
and I've been trying to tell her, and then when I go there, when I go there, I'm actually gonna try to convince her, hey, we could go to Manila. I've seen vlogs
Hmm.
from a vlogger that I follow. His name is TheBlackFilipino. He showed me, or you had gave some advice on some apartments over there uh, in
Hmm.
Manila, and also Christopher Lane from Cebu City. He's only spending
Hmm.
$600 or $700 a month, and they have their own apartment for three. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to tell her, you know, I'm sending you $800 a month. You can live way better than uh, the way you're living now. And you guys can't see me, huh? 'Cause I have this light on.
Yeah.
You can live way better
All right.
than
So
what.
what? Let me
Go
let me
ahead.
ask you. So you're giving her all this money for a year, right? Even though you cut down, you're still giving her enough money to live. What's she doing with the money? What do you think? What's she telling you?
Yeah, because that I told him that pays my bills. My bills are covered.
Um, as far as I know, this is the how the pay goes. I know 120 a month is for her rented room, and it's not even nothing like an apartment or nothing like that. It literally is a rented room with a mattress on the floor. I don't even
So
think it's
could
a mat. It's not
I,
even a
I
mattress on the floor.
I don't mean to cut you off, but could it be that she's just one of many girls doing that in that for somebody, and they're all living like that? He got them all shacked up in an area, just doing what they're doing. Is
Yeah,
that sounds to me some like Eastern European shit right there?
it. Really, honestly, yeah. You know, it's possible that that is going on. That's why, you know, I guess by now I could have afforded that private investigator because they were charging an arm and a leg, to actually take the pictures and stuff like that. But it's possible that it is a romance scam, you know. But right, I mean, I got everything in check over here, and so
Hmm.
until I get over there and actually see with my own eyes, I don't recommend this for anybody else. Like I said, it's
You're just
better
been
to actually to
you're just been so
go over there
you're just
as
been so
opposed to just
deep now.
using a Viber or the Skype
Hmm.
or whatever means of communication. Because Viber and Skype is one thing, but you're only seeing you're only seeing what you see in that video. I just recently
Hmm.
got her to take pictures outside. I said, why you never take pictures outside? You know, why has everything got to be inside that room, one room?
Hmm.
She's always claiming that she's shy and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't know, man. I'll be over there in April, so I'll be able to see with my own eyes. Now, like, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack, man, because a lot of guys be like, man,
Oh, don't stress it. Danelle, I tell you, man, when you come out here, if that
yeah,
situation isn't right, you'll get to see the a broader, a broader look on Filipinas here
mhm,
and women here that are definitely willing to be with you. If she is fake, you're gonna
yeah,
see that these women want to be with you, and you don't have to deal with her. Move on, and if that situation is bad, and you're definitely gonna find better situations. Because I tell you here, what you shouldn't heard, like I told you, and also you seen from the other guy, you can live out
mhm,
here. My bills are 800. The extras would make my budget around 1,200. That's because I do extra things, and I
yeah,
have my son to take care of. I only send him 200, and then I send him gifts here and there. But it doesn't cost that much, and I'm talking about I'm paying my child support, everything with
mhm,
1,200. You know, and all my bills and my food, everything is covered in that. So she can live great. What you were sending her before, she can live in a condominium with pool, doorman, security, and really be in a different situation than she's living.
yeah.
So that's why I was a little, because I'll be honest, everybody, I said to him, I said, stop sending her money because I really felt it was a scam. But
Everybody was saying it. It's like I know, like Jay, you, Christopher Lane, Kevin Saunders, Bruce, and Yuri. They all
mhm,
told me the same thing, man. And honestly, man, I I'm telling you, man. It's actually getting to the point. Like I said, it affected me in the beginning because I really didn't know too much about, what was going on over in the Philippines. And then once I started
Hmm.
seeing all these vlogs and stuff,
Hmm.
and then I started learning more things. That's when I was like, man, I gotta change the way I do things. But I'm still sending out money. I'm still sending $800 a month. She was actually asking for some more money today because she has what they call it, the chicken pox over there. You guys heard of the chicken? It's the same thing as a chicken pox. So she's like been bed rest for like 7 days now. So I've been sending her money for the medication and
You
stuff.
should.
And a lot of that has to do with I just have a good heart, man. And like I said, I'll get a lot of flack. You guys will probably there'll probably be a lot of messages, saying that, man, you're gullible, or you shouldn't be doing that. A true Filipino wouldn't even ask you for a cent. But honestly, I've had it on both sides. I've had Filipinos that had, call center jobs, and they still were asking for money. So
Hmm.
they don't really make that much money, but you know,
Yeah, they don't, but they usually ask for a reasonable amount.
right? Yeah,
Like
you're right. You're
yeah,
right.
if you're sending 400 to a Filipina, that's great, and she'll be able to. If she has a job, she'll definitely be able to survive. And not even that much. But still, man, I just want to touch with you and get your experience and to tell you, man, definitely come see her. I'm happy. I'm actually happy that you said, you know what, let me see this all the way through, because, like you said, what if it's not? What if it's not a scam?
Right. If it's not yet, because there are really Filipinos out there, man, that are truly in poverty. And of course, if like it wasn't like she asked me for money, but so of all the vlogs that I've seen, basically they will tell you anything, or they will tell you whatever they need to tell you to get that dollar to benefit them. So,
Hmm.
uh, it, like I said, I don't recommend, don't do this, because you will end up losing a whole lot if you don't, if you go the route that I did. And I lost my Camaro SS. I had to sell it in order to get back on track. Thank God I got other rides, that I can fall back on and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, all I can say is, man, to all you guys out there that are, looking for that Filipina, you know, don't go the route that I went, because you'll probably end up in the same situation that I'm in right now, which is I'm gonna go and see for myself. And if I see anything that because you can't see it because we're 8,000 miles apart. I only can see what I see in Viber, Skype, what she tell me. I can go on feel, you know, and she could
Hmm.
be legitimate. She could be a real good Filipina that really needed help. But on the other hand, I also know that if I smell something, which I do sense something isn't right, but I want to go and see for myself, and
Hmm.
that's going to be probably the breaking point right there when I go and see for myself, because you can only hide so much. If I'm gonna be there for 3 weeks, and you doing stuff that you're on your phone, when you kicking it with me, and you telling me all your family members, you don't know where any of your family, in this situation, her mom is dead, her father, she doesn't know where he is, the son's father, she don't know where he is. So
Hmm.
you only have one BFF, and so if that is the case, then there should be no reason neither one of us is on phone, except for if I'm talking to my family member, you're gonna see it. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna be transparent with you. There's no
Hmm.
reason to hide anything. So when I see it up close and personal, when I'm there, that'll be the breaking point, because I'm be like, okay, well, the black Filipino told me stop sending the money a long time ago. Yuri and Bruce told me don't. They told me almost 6 months ago stop sending money. But I had to
Hmm.
see with my own. Sometimes you got to touch the iron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that's me. I'm gonna end up touching the iron if that is the case. If she's legitimate, she's legitimate. If not, man, I'm hopping on the plane to Bohol, to Cebu. I definitely want to meet you,
Hmm.
uh, Jay. I do want to meet you. So if I see something or I sense something when I'm there, I'm out of there. It's not gonna take me that
Hmm.
long. I don't know why I can't see it right now, because most people will say, man, you're being scammed, you're being romance scammed or whatever.
Hmm.
But I want to see for myself, man. This is this. I'm ready to come. I'm coming. The last 2 weeks of April and the first week of May, my 3 weeks.
So I got a question for you. So you're going in April. What's the actual plan when you get there? Like, where you meeting her? What's the setup? Like, how are you arranging all this? Are you going where she is, or
Yeah,
you know,
because it sounds like she's in a province, and
Yeah, she.
also with Filipinas, you got to be careful with shaming them because if she is running with some scammers,
you don't want to be
you
on their
know,
turf?
yeah, you're gonna be on their
It's a little,
turf.
it's a little
Hmm.
different. I heard, it's a little more, it's a little tougher in the provinces for foreigners. It's
Yeah,
Hmm.
you, like you
yeah,
said, you just started watching vlogs, but if you watch some vlogs where people were in provinces that maybe like down, you see that like it's, you're definitely gonna probably stick out more, without a doubt. You're not
yeah.
meeting like in Manila. You don't know what's gonna happen.
So I did a practice run actually yesterday, like to LAX to see. Not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. What I need to do so I can be prepared when I actually do leave. And man,
Hmm.
that whole ordeal took me 8 hours because LAX
Man,
is so much different nowadays. But um, we're gonna meet in Calle de Oro. She's gonna take the bus ride to Calle de Oro Airport,
Okay.
and then we'll go back to her province because there's an actual travel warning for Americans to even go where she is in Iligan City, which is that Mindanao area, the southern Mindanao.
Oh, yeah.
So that is one of my concerns right there. So my thing is, I want to get there in the daytime, and she already knows this because there's a travel warning. And that's just like anywhere. If I go to New York, if I go to Houston, some parts of Houston, anything could happen.
right.
Chicago. When I'm
Hmm.
in Chicago, anything could happen. But the difference is I'm in a foreign country, so
No,
Hmm.
they probably don't.
ain't no police officers,
No,
gonna be
there's
coming to
no
my
embassy.
aid.
There's no embassy and no consulate in those areas.
Yeah. So I'm gonna meet her in Calle de Oro, and I asked her the other day. I hope that you're gonna be excited to see me. She said that she would. But Calle de Oro, and then we go to her province, which is in Iligan City, or the Santiago province of Iligan City, and then from there that whole day, because she wants to come to Manila, which is that's why I want to meet you. You know, when I come to Manila, because she wants to go to Mall of Asia. She ain't never. All she's ever known was Iligan City.
Hmm.
So, like I said, when we get done in Iligan City for today, we come back to Kaida or hop on a plane to Manila, um, and then want to end up staying in the Cebu City area for a while because that's where ultimately I'm gonna try to convince her to stay because she's Visaya. She speaks Visaya, but the national language is Tagalog. What time
Hmm.
is it over there, Jay? It's
It's like 11 o'clock here too. Over 11 o'clock.
in the morning, right? Yeah.
Yeah, in the
So
morning.
to all you fellas out there listening for Tagalog, Magadon Buta, Magadon Hapon, and if you speak Visaya, if your lady speaks Visaya, Mayong Hapon, which is good afternoon in Tagalog or Visaya. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna end up in Cebu City. I'm gonna try to convince her to stay in Cebu City. Try to get her a spot out there. Let her see that,
Hmm.
But like I said, ultimately, when I'm in Manila, I will, I'm gonna be looking at things. You know, I'm gonna be checking
Hmm.
out things, and if I sense anything, if I feel like, there's people in the background, as far as people helping her
Hmm.
or something like that, it ends right there, and I'm out of there.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Might have to put
You know,
Inspector K on her.
Yeah.
Inspector K. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
But it's been a long. I started this, and I woke up one day, a few days before March 2016, and said, you know what, I want to be in a multicultural relationship. And somehow I ended up on Asian dating and international Cupid,
Hmm.
and here I am today. And she's still here. She's still there, Jariza. You know. Uh, Another thing too that I wanted to let the fellas know out there. You know, you check the Facebook. You know, when I met her, she she didn't have a Facebook. You know, that could be a red flag right there. You know, because nowadays, who doesn't have a Facebook? You know,
Yeah.
that's a red flag right there. And like I said, when they start asking you for money, you know, that could be a red flag. But like I said, the Philippines, man, the poverty is real, man.
Hmm.
Whether they have money or not, you know, the poverty is real. And like Jay was just saying, the ones that do have money will only ask you for a reasonable amount, you know, like $50 or whatever. Maybe they want to do a little bit more when they go to the to province. Because here's another thing too, Jay, the difference between a woman that lives in the province as opposed to a woman that's in the city.
Hmm.
Um, you know, the working girl in the city, based on my experience, the Filipinas that I met that had jobs, it's not so hard for them because if they have a child, for instance, they have family that they can leave their child with in the province while they're working in the city or wherever to send money
Hmm.
back. Whereas a
Hmm.
girl in the province, in this situation here, her mother is dead, her father, she don't, her father just left her when she was a kid. I told her I would try to help to find him, and she has to have other siblings out there like uncles and aunts, you
Hmm.
know. So it's a different. There's a lot of difference in Filipinas out there, and so you guys want to look for that as well. So, you know, like I said, you got Filipinas with jobs. You have to ask them if they was in the same situation as a woman that's in the province, how would they be able to handle that? You know, if they were in a situation like that, if they had a child with nobody to help them, you know, nothing to fall back on, as opposed to those in the city, they have something to fall back on. I'm not saying everybody in the city has something to fall back on, but in my experience, the Filipinos that I've met, you know, they had somebody to take care of their child while they was going to work. Now, what if the roles were reversed? You know, what
Yeah.
about if they didn't have that? How would they be able to survive? They probably would be in the same situation as Teresa, the
Hmm.
woman I'm with now, the Filipino that I'm with now. You know, it's
Hmm.
so like I said, it could be real. It could be. There's a lot of insecurity. You know, there's a lot of insecurity that you'll go through, and you know, as you go through your journey, trying to search for, you know, if you know your love, you want to marry Filipino. For me, I'm not trying to move to the Philippines. I'm trying to do the K1 visa or the C1 CR1 process. Now, I do have a 401k that I'm not working past 59, but
Hmm.
I will be moving to the Philippines when I'm 59 years old. I'll cash out on my 401k, you know.
Hmm.
But right now, I'm trying to bring her over here so we can get the dual, you know, citizenship or whatever for her, and we can go back and forth once a year. That's my plan and my goal, you know. And then
Yeah. Yeah.
once my 401k comes here, you know, I was already looking at it. There's some other uh, foreigners already doing it. You know, they cashed out on their 401k, 300, $600,000 or whatever. And you can, with $300,000, you can live for 20 years in the Philippines. By that time, my Social Security will kick in if I live to be that long, God willing.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
but
man.
yeah, that you know, that's the plan right there, fellas. You know, I'm glad I can
Yeah.
share this with you guys. And I know, like I said, you guys will probably say this and this and that, but
Well, I
all I can
can't.
say is,
Listen, you ain't the first one getting. If it is a scam, you're not the first one, and you won't be the last
Yeah.
one.
true that.
Exactly. And also, you know, that's why I said, man. I mean, you got to follow your heart, you know. But I'll definitely be keeping you in my prayers that when you come out here, everything's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and that you have safe travels. You know, and that God gives you traveling mercies when you're traveling over here in that 24-hour flight.
Yeah, I
And
know. And yeah, I'm either gonna travel Anna, Delta, or United. I don't know about these other planes, man. I don't like being on a plane more than 2 hours, but I know I have to do it this time around because it's like you said, it's a you know, if you take Philippine Airlines, it's a 16-hour flight, and with
Damn.
hmm
Delta, Anna, they fly a specific path where I feel comfortable that ain't nobody gonna shoot me out of the sky. You know,
Yeah.
and some of these flights, I don't know, man. But I mean, everybody's making it over there. But personally, it'll be Anna, United, or Delta, because they go
Okay.
into Guam, and then from Guam they go into Mactan or Manila, like that.
hmm Yeah, cool, man. Well, it was good talking to you, man. I'm about to wrap it up, and we're gonna finish this Q&A. But you came in right on cue. I didn't know if you were gonna come in, but I invited you to the chat. You came, so
I was a
thank you
little
for your
nervous,
time.
but I'm glad
Huh?
that you guys invited me, man.
No
I was
doubt,
like,
man.
Yeah.
man, I ain't never had this happen to me ever in my life like this, But yeah, I got it going there. I started off a little rough, but
That was
Yeah.
good, man.
No, it's definitely good.
All
Best
right,
of luck
But
to
fellas.
you, man.
I wish everybody good luck on their journey towards that Filipina they're trying to, fall in love with and marry. You guys be careful
mhm.
out there. Drive safely, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time zone you're in, or evening.
Yes, for sure. And yeah, brother, I'll definitely stay in contact with you.
Yeah, I definitely. I'll hit you up on your email. I have
hmm
your email and let you know when I'm in there because, like I said, it'll be a privilege to actually meet. Especially you being like a peer. You're a brother. You with a Filipina, so Yuri and Bruce, same thing. He's African American and is Filipina, of course, is
hmm
Filipino. So you know, not that it don't matter who you are, what color you are to me. I love everybody, man.
hmm
You treat people how you want to be treated. So I
Yeah.
look forward to meeting you, man, and you guys enjoy the rest of your morning out there, the rest of your day.
You
All right,
too,
cool,
man.
man. Speak to you later.
Hey, one more thing, fellas.
Yeah, yeah.
If you end up, falling in love, you and want to get those first words out, it's called Miss Mahal Kita, which means I love you. If you really love her, you tell her Mahal na Mahal Kita. All right, fellas,
All
All
right, man.
right,
Cool.
man.
I'm out.
All right,
Later.
peace.
Very interesting conversation. Good thing you can join us. That was nice.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I wanted to invite him. I didn't know if he would pop in, but he did. I thought it would be more towards the middle when we got a couple
That's
questions out
that's
the
a
way.
that's a good dose of reality. I mean,
Yeah.
he adds something that you're not seeing on a lot of these vlogs. Unfortunately, he's in a situation that he has to find out on his own. But
hmm
it does kind of suck that he's been going through it for a year. And the amount that's kind of scary. When you
Yeah.
think about it. I mean, luckily, like he said, he got himself right. He can afford it.
hmm
Um, I just hope for him it all works out in the end. And
hmm
I feel I really feel bad for him if it is a scam because first of all, for him to find out that it is a scam, it's one thing if he found out now. If he found out after a year, losing all this money, he got played, so bad. It's gonna suck worse if he goes there and he gets there, he goes through the whole thing, and then he finds out it's a scam. It's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be more of a gut punch, I think. And
But also, he has to keep his composure.
exact,
When
especially yeah,
he does find out.
if he's especially since he's not meeting her in Manila. If he was meeting her in Manila and he got I mean, still you're in a foreign country, but at least the embassy's there. It's not a big problem. Something happened
Well,
to
he's meeting.
him.
The good thing
But
is he's meeting her at the airport, but he
right,
still won't know until he goes there.
right. But like you
So
said,
that's the dangerous thing.
being in her province, it's a province. Like he said, it's got travel advisories for Americans. He's putting himself in a bad situation. Um, and like you said, when you're in a bad situation, you don't know how you're going to react.
Yeah,
You could plan and say, "I'm going to act cool," but you know how shit goes down.
you gotta flip.
In that moment, you've been played for a year. His car's flashing that he had to sell his car, and his mind's flashing from. It could be bad, and I hope for him it works out. I hope for him it is legit. I hope for
hmm
him that he could come back and say to us, he says that he wants to meet up with you guys. Hopefully, you guys can, when you meet up, he could say that
Him would be this. If you're feeling her, okay, you know what? Could be a scam, cannot be a scam, right? The area that she's in, it's the reason there's a travel
the
advisory.
terrorist area.
Is yeah, and also they will kill you, they will kidnap him because
Right,
of how much money. That's why I'm worried. How much money he's been sending.
right,
You
right,
get what I'm
right.
saying? If he was
Yep.
sending 200 and saying I don't have it, you know, um, that would be something different. But if you go from sending her 1,200 to 800, and it is a scam, those people know you got it.
Yeah. Not to cut you off, but there's that one vlogger. I think his name is like Mike Wilkie or something like that. Some British
Hmm.
guy. I think he moved back over to Europe somewhere, but he lived in the Philippines for a long time, or he might be still back there. I'm not sure. I think he's married to a Filipina, but like
Hmm.
he does vlogs, and he was saying that you hear in a lot of these provinces, you'll hear every now and then about foreigners dying, and
Hmm.
it's always a suicide. That's what always the police say, it's a suicide. And he said that's not suicide. These people get murdered. He said
Hmm.
it's the provinces, they're getting away with it, and the police are just saying, "Oh, it was suicide." And he said,
Hmm.
you gotta be careful. Because don't forget, a lot of these people go to these areas to take advantage of the situation. You're going,
Yeah.
you're going to somebody's turf, and what do? You go in there to take advantage of somebody. You can't go to the cops. You're there to do
Hmm.
something that's not, it's frowned upon. But like, yeah, hopefully, he's not being set up and he's not walking into a trap. And next
Yeah.
thing you know, he's being kidnapped or what have you, because he has been funding her well.
Hmm.
He's doing right by her, and hopefully it's legit for his own personal safety and his own mental well-being.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, man, because that situation there is very dangerous, and you just never know, especially the area he's going to. What I would suggest, and that's why I said if he feels like he loves her, or you know what, I said the same thing, and I know what he was getting at, right? Like a Filipino, right? You got to think if they make like $3 an hour or whatever, you can live okay here, right?
Right.
But still, you're gonna be living on your last, depending on your situation. If you're living on your own, it's gonna be a little hard for you, unless you're living like how the place I was living, I was paying 6,000 for my rent only, and I was using AC. But if I wanted, I could have lived off 10,000 pesos, which is only
Okay.
$200 a month. That's without food. With food, say if I didn't want to go anywhere, I didn't want to go splurge out, I could have spent maybe another 7,000 pesos, so I could have lived with 17,000. Would I suggest that for anyone? No, but for a Filipino that doesn't have it like that, you can still save up to go out sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And make sure you go out and get yourself something to eat. You can make it happen. So when he told me what he was sending her, I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "You can pay for me to live and travel."
She should be living like a king,
Yeah, and
queen.
so the fact that she's living like that,
She still got
you
that
have to think.
mattress a year later in a small room.
Yeah,
That's
because.
why I said it reminds me of the stuff they do in Eastern European countries,
Hmm.
where they have like an old ass building, and they get like 30 girls and they put them in there, and they're the only room, and they're webcam people,
Hmm.
and they're
Hmm.
just playing people for money, but they're all working for a pimp. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And those girls are all in there, and there's a whole slew of them, but you only see them in that one situation constantly. It's the only way you see them, kind of deal. That's the
Hmm.
kind of gist I get from that, Mike. That's a little weird, And um, like he said, it took him a long time to get her to actually go outside and take a photo.
Hmm. But at that
Everything was
point,
done.
people they realize they have to. If it is a scam, I mean, you can't keep her locked up like that in a room if it is something wrong. And I feel that he wants to come here and check her out, but he'll know right away. This is my thing. This is what I suggest, and I'll tell him that. Forget having her meet you out there in Mindanao. tell her, look, I'm going to pay for you to meet me.
He's already paying her, so she should be able. She should be able to
Exactly.
go wherever
You meet me in Manila.
where it's
You get what I'm
safer
saying?
for him.
Yeah. You meet me in Manila where I can pay for you to come to Manila. And if she don't meet him there, he knows something ain't right.
Yeah, especially if he
You
says,
get what I'm saying?
"Listen, if you don't show up, no more money." We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing because you go in there. Okay, now you get off. You're still out there in Mindanao. Like you said, man, these people are getting away with killing people in these province areas.
Yep.
When you're in an area like that, you have to know the people. You kind of have to be running a neighborhood sometimes to be in those dangerous areas. If you're not paying the right people off, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're on the radar.
and it's not to say anything bad about those people in those areas, but that's their world,
No, not at all.
and they don't, and
Yeah.
that's their world, and that's just how the Philippines is. There's a lot of countries like that, and
Hmm.
it's not that's their turf, and you're an
Like the only
outsider.
reason, exactly like where my wife lives, right? She has a lot of family there. I've got to meet a lot of people out there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I go there, I feel safe. And of course, it's not like Mindanao, but you still never know. It's still a province. It's still controlled by people in the area. I've been there a couple of
And also
times,
too, you don't
and I know people there.
listen. Everybody's different. You don't know if some dude doesn't like the fact that foreigners are dating their women.
That's true.
You don't know. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's like that anywhere where people might catch feelings like, oh, I don't like that, and next thing you know, he's got a bunch of drunk buddies, and
And they
they
want to
want to have a
test
little
you.
fun. Yeah, you don't know,
They want to
and you
test you.
don't,
They want to fight
and,
you, and
and you're on their turf.
hmm and like you said, these guys, they get drunk, and it's like you're in a bar somewhere, and that's another thing. Definitely don't pick. I won't suggest anyone to come here and be in a bar getting drunk and then pick a fight with with some Filipino guy in there because these guys get drunk and it's just like any other country. They're ready to shoot and they're ready to fight. When they fight, they're using long knives, machetes, whatever they're using because they know. See, these guys know. They know you get locked up, you go to jail 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. You don't get a trial yet, right?
Right.
Some of these guys that may come and waiting for you to pick a fight with them have already been in jail for 5 years, and they had their case and finally and got out. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these guys' mentality. I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about the few guys that go to jail. They don't care. They don't. These guys don't care. They know they go to jail. They're gonna be there with their buddies, even if for 5 years. Sometimes people live like kings in jail, even in the Philippines.
That's crazy.
You know, yeah, where you have everyone sleeping on top of each other, and then you have that one guy that got his own room. So what is that one guy doing? He's paying the correction officers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's just be safe out here, everyone, and always know where you're going. Always make sure you have your eyes open everywhere you're going. Me, I would suggest stay away from me. And that's just me talking. But if you're gonna go to a bar, go to a bar. But stay away from those bars, man, because you know people are watching you. The people are watching you. Like the communities are tight knit sometimes, very tight knit. And even if the person don't get together, they're still more against you than each other
Yeah,
because they're from there.
yeah, when you go to any foreign country, it's like going to a different city. You know what I mean? Like here in the
Hmm.
States, like if you go to a different city and you got an accent or something like that, people
Hmm.
might not like that you're from, say, New York, and or down south or whatever, and you just never know. You just never
Yeah.
know. And you're going into places where people are drinking, they feel some type of way, and you never know. And like I said, you got to remember you're in a foreign land, So
Hmm.
just gotta be safe. Just gotta be safe, and basically, you gotta minimize your risk. That's
Hmm.
basically, I think, what he needs to do is he needs to minimize his risk. He's already financially in on this. Going there, you know, uh, it, it's it, like you said, the best bet is to make her meet you in Manila, just for safety purposes, and also too, it's a good way to test her. A good way to test
Yeah,
her. You know.
and also plan to get her out of there. If you love this woman, and if you feel like she has a string along and you want to see, like, Manila's gonna be that test. Manila's that test. Like, look, you know, with, I don't know, 800. I think. Let me do the math on that, so I can have it exactly. Let me see, 800 pesos. What is 800 USD and PHP? All right, so I mean, you gotta figure, and they have planes that leave from Mindanao, right?
Okay.
So 800. Let me see here. 800 is what? 800 is 40,000 pesos, right? 40,000 pesos. Um, with that 40,000 pesos, some of that extra, and catch a plane ticket, no problem, no problem. I just played a round trip ticket to Palawan for 16,000 for me and Kay. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if I feel if he has to send a little more, send it to her. Get her to come to Manila, and you know what? That'd be the test right there. I wouldn't worry about her going to. I wouldn't worry about seeing if something is wrong with her. You get what I'm saying? Because number one, I'm not gonna go to that area. I'm not gonna go
Right.
to that area. I'm
Too,
not.
too risky.
Yeah, like that's the area you go to on your own. You get what I'm saying? Like, say if he went out there on his own, not to meet her, or he met her already, and then he goes there, that's cool. But Filipinos don't like to be shamed. You have a lot of Filipinos in areas like that are super gangster. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't care if they have nothing. They kill for nothing. You know, I mean, when Duterte had the drug war, they had people doing drug hits for like 2,000 pesos,
God bless them.
three thousand
Unbelievable.
pesos.
People will
S-
work for anything.
Think about that. You can go get a criminal to go kill someone. You got 5,000, they'll kill five people probably. You know?
Well, you're trying to fix a problem. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, man. So yeah, definitely got to be safe. And I kind of want to save the Q&A for the next podcast now, because that right there was just a lot to take
Yeah,
in.
you're right. A lot of people probably tuned out. As soon as they heard us talking, they're probably like, click.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's enough. Yeah, guys, we're definitely gonna do a Q&A next time. So we're gonna do one on today's Tuesday. We can do it on. I don't know if you're around Thursday, your boy Chris.
Uh, Thursday. We could try Thursday.
All right, yeah, everyone. So jump on in on Thursday. It'll be around, I would say, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S., 10:30 a.m. in Philippines time. So tune in. We'll be ready to go. And if you have any live questions as well, I would love to answer them. But Chris will definitely come with a set of questions for me. And yeah, you got anything to say to him, your boy Chris?
Ah, boy, what can I say? Oh, we just hit 1,400 subs, so thank you guys for that. Channel's
Hmm.
been doing fantastic. You guys are supporting the channel. It's awesome. Keep asking your questions. Keep leaving your comments. Um, that's how the channel grows. The interaction.
Hmm.
It helps out a lot. Lets us know. Also, you gotta let us know what you guys want to see. I mean, there's got to be a lot of things that maybe Jay could put on video and show you guys, like around Manila this and that when he has time. But let us know.
Hmm.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and that's it. See y'all soon. Thursday,
Peace.
10:30. Peace.